A story built on two people who came from chaos, pain, and redemption, and somehow found each other in the middle of it all. For years, Jelly Roll and Bunnie XO weren't just a couple in the spotlight, they were a symbol, proof that broken pasts don't always lead to broken futures. They talked openly about everything most people hide: mistakes, addiction struggles, cheating, therapy, separation. Nothing was off limits, and maybe that honesty is exactly why so many people connected with them. But now, that same story has taken a shocking turn. Court records first reported by TMZ reveal that Jelly Roll filed for divorce in Williamson County, Tennessee, on May 18th, quietly ending nearly a decade of marriage that many fans thought had already survived its hardest storms. And what makes this even more unexpected is how recently everything still looked intact. Not long ago, the couple had been talking about building a future together. Bunnie had even shared plans about surrogacy, opening up about hopes of expanding their family and welcoming twins. From the outside, it looked like a couple still moving forward, still healing, still building. Even earlier this year, she described their relationship as something shaped by growth and mutual understanding. A story of two people choosing each other again and again, even after the hardest moments. But here's the question that naturally comes to mind. How does a relationship that looked this strong and stable suddenly reach a point like this? Behind that image, the reality was always more complicated. Jelly Roll himself had previously admitted that infidelity was one of the biggest regrets of his life. Bunnie, in her memoir, Stripped Down, Unfiltered, and Unapologetic, also opened up about the emotional weight of those struggles and what it took to stay in a relationship that was constantly being tested. They didn't pretend it was perfect. They just tried to make it work. Now, though, court documents reportedly point to irreconcilable differences, and sources suggest the separation may have begun earlier in May. Neither of them has publicly explained what changed. And for now, silence is the only official answer. But fans noticed something interesting. Just hours before the news broke, Bunnie posted a message on social media that read, "She's getting her sparkle back." At the time, it felt like just another empowering caption. Now, it reads differently, as if something had already started shifting behind the scenes, long before the public found out. And then came another detail that added even more weight to the situation. Reports of movers being seen at the Nashville area home they once shared, carrying out furniture and belongings. Signaling that this wasn't just emotional distance anymore, it was physical separation too. What makes this hit harder for fans is remembering how recently everything still looked united. At the 2026 Grammy Awards, Jelly Roll stood on stage after winning 3 trophies and emotionally credited Bunnie for being a major part of his transformation, from a former inmate to a country music superstar. It felt like a defining moment of gratitude, love, and shared victory. They were seen together at events, on red carpets, in interviews, on podcasts, still presenting a strong front to the world. And that's why this news doesn't feel like a typical celebrity breakup. It feels like the closing of a chapter people thought was already written in permanence. A reminder that even the strongest public stories can shift quietly behind closed doors. And as of now, neither Jelly Roll nor Bunnie XO has confirmed what comes next, only that something has already ended, and both of their lives are moving in a new direction, whether the world is ready for it or not.